Pancakes here, and joining me tonight on the stack, I have the urban mercenary, Shotgun Adams. And you can see him in Industrial World Wrestling, Wrestler's Lab, Invictus, and countless others. Please welcome Shotgun Adams.
Yeah. Act like you know everybody.
I do some research before I have people on here, but also, I'm very fortunate in that I get to interview people that I actually like and enjoy. So it's nice that I've already pretty much know those things. So, but thank you for coming to hang out with me tonight. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
About.
So, what was a young Shotgun Adams like?
Depends on what you mean by young.
Like in your, in your tweens and teens.
Let's see. I was pretty antisocial. I didn't really make friends all that easily. I was my escapes were like video games, wrestling, music, and weed and alcohol.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that is for any young listeners that are. I don't know why you would be young listening to this. Please go do something else. But also don't do any of the dumb shit that I did when I was a kid. All right, save your brain cells, save your lungs.
I appreciate the PSA.
I don't fucking know who's actually a fan of me. I'm still trying to figure. I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I got fans. So,
well, yeah.
No, it's still weird to me because in my head I'm still that antisocial kid that is gonna be if you go to any. If you're at any party, I would have been the kid in the corner with my headphones on, playing my PSP, just trying to sink into the wall.
Well, you're pretty social on Spaces. That's kind of where I first encountered you, was through Spaces.
Yeah, I think it was during the it was still lockdown when Spaces became a thing.
Yeah,
so,
it was the last half of the pandemic.
Yeah, and I hopped on there and I met a whole bunch of cool people. I got to experience a whole different side to wrestling. It's what got me onto wrestling Twitter. If you noticed before that, I really wasn't active on Twitter, at all. I'm not a big fan of social media. I do it strictly for promotional purposes, to promote my whatever I'm doing or whatever. And sometimes I do go off, but honest to God, and I meant this from the bottom of my heart. And I've said this on Twitter, y'all will know that I have retired when I delete all my socials and I move to the fucking mountains or whatever. Y'all will never see my black ass again.
Well, I hope that's not for a good little bit yet. I hope that you plan on sticking around in wrestling.
No, I still got a lot to do. I got stuff coming up this month. It's a wild month.
Good. It's been cool seeing people come out of Spaces kind of with the attitude that you have, where you started really getting a little bit more into Twitter and kind of getting out there more, and more people are getting into you. And I feel like there was a good group of people that really kind of, at least to me and to the people that I've encountered that have come out of Spaces.
Yeah, you'll notice now, Spaces wrestler is a term people use. I'm just I don't know how we got here, bro. Y'all wanted me to use social media and I'm using it. Now I'm a Spaces wrestler. What the fuck? What y'all want from me?
But it's cool though. It's something that people were doing just because, again, it was the last kind of half of the pandemic. People didn't have anything else to really do. It was a cool way to interact with people that you wouldn't have otherwise interacted with. Like, I don't know if I would have ever come across you otherwise. I assume that I would have seen you on a show at some point and been like, oh, I'll follow this guy. But like, truly through Spaces.
To be real with you, like I was never on Spaces with the intention to network or get clout or any of that. I did it because I wanted to fuck around and have fun. The only reason that I wanted 600 followers was because back then, that was the only way you could have your own Spaces. Like, and now I got like 700 something and I'm almost never on Spaces. Like I'll join like a couple now and again, but like, I don't know. After a while, like all forms of social media, Spaces got its own little drama going on. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, it's really not that deep. It's the fucking internet. Chill out.
Yeah, it feels like Spaces burned like super hot for like 9 months and then just like fizzled out completely. Like I don't see near as many Spaces anymore.
Because everybody fucked it up. There were too many cooks in the pot, and it just became another battleground for whatever's got people hot. And like, can't we just have like one thing where we just like I miss Spaces karaoke, like that was my shit. But then there became I don't even want to fucking get into it. But like
too much drama.
There was so much drama. And like meanwhile, I'm just here like, bro, I just wanted to wrestle, try to make money and like fuck around and do whatever I want. Like I wasn't trying to like do anything else. Like I chose wrestling as my profession because this is what I love doing. Because if I'm going to be in late capitalist hellscape America, like let me at least do something that doesn't make me want to swallow a bullet. You know? And wrestling is it for me. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, fuck wrestling. And half the time I get it. But like to this day, the act of wrestling itself brings me joy. The wrestling business is a whole different story, but like the act of wrestling itself is still fun for me.
Yeah, I assume as a wrestler, the business part is the less enjoyable part of the equation, just because there's so many personalities you have to deal with, other wrestlers, promoters, fans, drama, whatever. But I mean, anytime you want to do anything as part of a business, it's going to just kind of inherently suck at some point. But I love wrestling. I think it's great. I try to keep a positive attitude about everything that I'm able to do or get into. I feel very just, I don't want to say blessed because that's weird, but like to some extent blessed that I get to meet so many cool people all the time. And either through Twitter or in person, or through Twitter and then in person, which is like a whole cool thing for me. It's like, oh, you're a real person, not just some weird person that lives in my phone.
I'm so mad that I couldn't make it a Pride Vibe weekend because I caught COVID.
Oh,
because I would have wanted to have met so many people. Like I was going to run into Savannah. I was going to run into like I've already met Savannah, but like I was also going to run into Sahara. I was going to chill with DM. I was going to be like in the cut with a bottle in my hand, just chilling the whole weekend. And then COVID was like, nah, you're just going to sit in your room for like 6 days. Take this L.
Aw. Well, I hope that you're feeling better from your COVID.
I mean, it's the third time that I got it.
Oof.
But like it, the other 2 times weren't nearly as bad as the first. The other 2 times I might as well just got like fucking cold or whatever. And thank God for the vaccine. If you haven't yet, for whatever fucking reason, I'm tired of even having to say this. Go get vaccinated. That's another sticking point. And just real quick, wrestlers who are like, well, I don't trust the vaccine, trip me the fuck up. With the amount of shit that we put into our bodies otherwise, like, bro, I drank Everclear on purpose. I don't got any fucking right to sit here and be like, I don't trust the vaccine. I don't know what's in it.
Like, I've seen some bathrooms at venues. Like, you're gonna be fine with the vaccine.
Bruh. Maybe we should tell them that like the vaccine would make them more aesthetic. I don't fucking know. Anyway, nah. I kind of lost track of it, but yeah. COVID wasn't as bad, thank God. I mean, I managed to beat it pretty quickly, like all three times. Although the first time did leave me with like a what was called exercise induced asthma.
Ooh.
Which for like 4 months I had to walk around with an inhaler till I like weaned myself off of it. Like now my conditioning is better than it's ever been. But that's less to do with what happened and more to do with just like all the hard work I've been putting in these past 2 years. Especially now that I joined BSK's training program. He's got a fitness program going on with Stoked Athletics. And I was skeptical about it until Bryce Donovan and Jay George put me onto it. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna check it out then. Like, why not?
So you didn't believe Bryce Donovan, but Jay George was the kicker for you?
No, I mean, if like I believe them both. Like I actually approached Bryce about it.
Okay.
Because like he was looking in better shape than I'd seen in a minute, and I'm just like, yo, Bryce, what are you doing? Because like I hit a plateau. Like it wasn't like I had stopped. I'd stopped making progress. I just wasn't making the kind of progress I wanted to. And he put me onto the program, and it's like a full body. It's basically each day is like full body, but the intensity depends on the day. And honestly, within the past month, like I felt like a world of difference in my mobility, my conditioning, my strength, like just all across the board, everything's different. And,
Thanks. Well, as long as it is working for you and hopefully making things easier, like keep doing it,
I mean, that's the like it's a cliche at this point, but the key is always consistency. And that's something that I had always struggled with up until like the last 2 or 3 years, because there was like, I love going to the gym. I love to lift. But there was also points where I was struggling with like depression and stress eating and drinking, to the point where like all three were becoming problems, until like finally it just came to a head, and I tore my meniscus in like 2019.
Oof.
Yeah. What had happened was I was in a training match with somebody, Chris Taylor, and I was stepping out of the way of his moonsault, and just something popped in my knee, and I dropped like a rock. It was the worst fucking pain I've ever had in my life.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I mean, not as bad as what happened next, which was I managed to get myself to the hospital, and they gave me an X-ray and some Advil, and charged me like fucking $1,600 for it.
Oof. Oof. Oh, yeah, no, I would have to be like near death to go to the doctor for anything. Because that bill's just going to fuck you for days.
I don't understand it. Like, Like I didn't even take a fucking ambulance. I got there in an Uber.
Oh, I had to
Oh,
Uber to the hospital.
yeah, I mean, they told me I had to get an MRI, but at the time I didn't have insurance, so it was like you can't get an MRI without insurance.
Huh.
So, and by the time that I got insurance and I was ready to get this MRI, they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna prescribe physical therapy to you for like 4 months. We don't want you to waste your money on MRI." I'm like, wait, waste my money? My insurance doesn't fucking cover it?
Oh no. There's a lot of things your insurance won't cover.
Well, that's
I
why American healthcare is dog shit, bro.
hate the healthcare system here. Yeah, no, it's absolutely terrible. That's a whole nother rant for a whole nother day.
But what's funny is I did do physical therapy and I was getting in better shape. And by March of 2020, I was ready to come back, but
Oops.
I came back just in time for the pandemic to start. That could only have, I mean, it affected everybody, but like, damn.
So that's some it's a shitty luck.
Yeah. I mean, if it was, honestly, if it wasn't for like Logan Black texting me in August about him opening up T2T, I really don't know where I would have been. I've said that before, but like bears repeating. Like I owe so much of that of where I am now to T2T.
Nice. So you talked a lot about kind of what got you into wrestling, why you decided to start wrestling. What what are some of the best things you've learned while training?
One of the best things that I learned that was also like a really hard pill to swallow is that everybody uh, progresses at a different pace, and that's not just wrestling. That's like a life thing. Like now, me, I'm always I am a perfectionist, and I am driven to an almost unhealthy degree. So like, it's not. I'm never okay with just being okay. Like I don't want to just be passable at something. Like if I had the freedom to, I would do every drill over and over again until I was getting it perfectly. Uh, but yeah, everybody progresses at a different pace. Like some people jump into this like a fish in the water. That I wasn't one of those people. I was not a fucking natural athlete by any stretch of the imagination when I started wrestling. I played pickup basketball in high school and I sucked it.
So what made you decide that you were gonna pursue wrestling? I know that you kind of said earlier you just enjoyed wrestling, so that's why you do it. But like,
Well, wrestling's been my passion since I was 10 years old. Like, I'd always grown up like a casual fan of wrestling, but like, what got me into it, like what got me hooked, was one day watching Eddie Guerrero versus JBL in Judgment Day 2004, that fucking bloodbath. Uh, and I was watching this guy that was like, he looked like a fucking action figure, but he was also like no taller than my father. But he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. And every perception I had of wrestling was that they were all like roided up giants, like the Undertakers and the Rock and the Steve Austins of the world. But like I saw this guy and like I started watching SmackDown every week and like Eddie Guerrero became my favorite wrestler and became like my inspiration for wanting to wrestle. Like I wanted to wrestle specifically so that I could one day run into him. And then when he died, like a week before I turned 12, Uh, yeah, it was just one of those things. I mean, the passion was still there. There was only literally one time in my entire life where I doubted, like, if I wanted to continue with wrestling or not, and that was uh, the summer of 2007. And that is all I'm going to say about that. If you know, you know.
Okay. Fair enough. Um, who has had the most influence on you both in and out of wrestling? So that can be like a specific wrestler or a trainer or somebody else or whoever has been influential for you both in and out of wrestling. It can be two different people.
Am I limited to just one?
No, it can be as many as you want.
The trainers at T2T, like top of my list. You know, they picked me up, they dusted me off, and they helped me understand that wrestling is like, I always knew wrestling was a three-ring circus, but like I was also like pretty like old-fashioned about what I liked in wrestling, and I guess to a degree I still am. Like, I'm not the world's biggest fan of comedy wrestling, but like I recognize its place, just like I recognize the spot matches and all of it. Like, not everything has to be for me, and not every and wrestling is for everybody, but everybody also like different shit. Some people want to see the Robert Martyrs and the Jonathan Greshams and the Daniel Garcias of the world. Uh, some people want to watch guys like FTR or the Briscoes, maybe, or like who's a really like prominent brawler. Like, I'll put over Logan as a brawler. Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, some people like to watch me for some reason. I mean, whatever floats your boat. And some people like are really into Orange Cassidy. Like, everybody is gonna like different shit, and the idea of everybody going into like fucking histrionics about like, oh, this isn't wrestling or whatever. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, imagine if I went to fucking Marvel movies and I sat in the middle of the theater and I'm just like, this is bullshit. I don't want to watch this. It's like, fuck.
Fucking leave. Like,
just go. You don't have to be there.
Nobody's forcing you to watch this.
Like, how is it that it's been like what, 15 years and nobody's learned anything from like the whole Twilight shit? You don't gotta watch it if you don't want to.
I can't. For me, it's like it's 2022. Like, there's so much wrestling out in the world. There's more wrestling out that you can find at the click of a button than you could watch in a lifetime. It's like, why are you watching shit you don't like? There is plenty of other shit out there for you to watch that you might enjoy. Like me, I'm not big on like long technical wrestling. It's kind of boring to me. I like spots and I like comedy wrestling. I like to be entertained. I'm entertained by a great many things. But like, I'm not going to sit there and watch something I don't enjoy and then just complain about it. Like, that makes no sense to me.
No, because everybody like, the thing about social media is like everybody has a voice on it, but now everybody thinks they're an expert. Everybody's opinion is valid, and to a degree, everybody's opinion is valid. But then there comes a point where it stops being a valid opinion. Just, this is you bitching,
right? Like, man, not everything that occurs needs your take on it. Not like you personally, but just in general. Like, like I don't need to talk about everything that happens. I don't. Nobody, my opinion on everything doesn't need to be heard. Sometimes talk to your best friend, shut the fuck up. Like,
Nah, I mean, like all my opinions got to be heard because I'm never wrong about shit.
oh, you're one of those.
Nah, I am never wrong about anything, even when I provably am.
My best friend has once told me, she's like, "You're really argumentative." I'm like, "No, I'm just always right." So I get it.
It's a burden. I live with that burden. I'm just oh man. Don't take my opinion seriously. I'm a fucking college dropout who decided to live a life where I put on spandex and throw myself on the ground for a living. All right? Don't take me that seriously.
I mean, I too am a college dropout, but also like I know that I'm not the type of person that should do anything athletic. That's literally never been like the kind of person that I am. But I will gladly support you every time you fall down.
I appreciate it. I mean, like, and for like, there's got to be something intrinsically wrong with all professional wrestlers. Like, you have to be weird as fuck to even want to do this, and I accept that.
It is a lot like an island of misfit toys. Like,
yeah, like just like
you didn't
think
fit
about
into
it for like a second.
to real society, so here we are.
Nah, I didn't want to fit into real society. Real society sucks.
Boring and lame.
It's like I will say this. There are exactly two things about pro wrestling that's fake. The finish and most of the people involved.
Fair.
And if you get offended by that, like,
I feel either fortunate or naive in that I have met mostly good people.
I mean, I'm lucky
Probably
enough to
both.
have. I'm lucky enough to have my circle. The people that I started out with that are now doing amazing, because I actually started out at Johnny Rod's, so like the people that are now like doing their thing, people like Masha, people like Karen Bam Bam, guys like Pena and Javara, Cruz, and so many other people. Oh, like, and then there are the people at T2T that are like becoming like the hottest things in the block. Nobody saw a Sassy boat ride coming. I'll tell you that much right now.
I love Sassy. I think that they're fantastic.
Like when I think about like how we got to this point where they have more clout than all of us combined, like holy shit! And all they had to do was post a promo pic saying that they came to steal your girls and fuck your moms, and like Twitter just fell in love with them.
Stole the hearts of all of us.
Yeah. So mazel tov to Sassy, mazel tov to the network, Angela Carter, Indigo, Tiara James. Like, they're all doing excellent. Angela's a fucking superstar.
I like a lot of the wrestlers that are coming out of that T2T. So very excited to see how the future goes for them.
I know that this is supposed to just be about me. I can't stop gushing about it because I've never been in a school where everybody was just allowed so much creative freedom and so much freedom of expression to just like be themselves. And I think the people could really see that happening. I don't think in any other school you would have gotten people like Delightful Dan, the goddamn Candyman.
Like that gimmick like hits me just in the sweet spot for me, where like I I love it. Like I love a good gimmick. I truly do.
Yo, Dan's a fucking genius. Don't tell him I said that though.
Definitely will not clip that out of this interview and put it on Twitter.
Delightful Dan, if you're hearing this, go fuck yourself. Nah, but you know, like it's heartening to see for me because of like they're getting afforded a lot of the opportunities that I didn't get when I was coming up when I was their age. Like they're all going out there. They're all doing their thing. I'll tell you what, I really did not expect legit Perfect Perkins to show up in a fucking Acclaim video. that him in the blonde wig and the bandana doing the fucking suck it. How is that not a meme right now?
I guess we need to make that a meme.
You don't even need context of that shit. Just have him in that fucking Long Beach Griffey blonde wig, just doing the sucking thing. That's it. That's all you got. But that just pops me like crazy. But to bring this back to me for a second, like by the time I really started working in T2T, and honestly, it was like a blessing in disguise because I got to clean up so much and fix so much that was wrong with my not wrong, but like stuff that like really needed improvement. And I was also able to develop a gimmick. And to be real with you, like I hesitate to even call it that because like I don't necessarily know how to be a character, if that makes sense. Like every idea that I had for a character beforehand, it just kind of like fell flat. And one day I'm just like, yo, can I just be myself? Like, can I just be this dude from the hood that wants to beat the shit out of people? And I realize that's like mad, so there's the market's already flooded with that. But what I think sets me apart is that I'm able to come across as authentic as humanly possible about it. I always say that the most gimmick thing about me is the fact that I wear camel pants and singlets to the way.
You mean you don't go out like that in your daily life?
Nah, I do not. Because camel pants in the summer is hot as fuck.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe camel shorts.
Yeah, get like some camo cargo shorts, some pockets.
I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. Cargo shorts are still lit. They're still useful. I'm not going back to anything else. I'm damn sure not wearing rompers.
Not for me either. I'll be honest, as a woman whose clothes often lack pockets, I am envious of a good cargo short or a good cargo pant because there are so many pockets.
I still don't understand why no women are allowed to have pockets. It's fucking stupid. I think it's a gimmick. I think it's a work on the part of the fashion industry to get you to buy purses. For being honest,
I don't think you're wrong there. I think that it's like, well, women have purses and they need pockets for. Bitch, my purse is heavy. It gives me some like neck and shoulder pain. Like, I just want pockets.
Like, hold on a second. Let me turn on my light.
Yeah, it got a little dark in there.
Yeah, no. There we go.
Oh.
Let there be light and shit.
And shit. That was definitely what was said. But what would you say has been your greatest achievement in wrestling so far? And that can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you think has been your greatest achievement.
I think I would name my greatest achievement in wrestling so far being that I never quit. So many people expected me to be a washout. So many people expected me to just get run off or like not amount to shit, including friends and family, being honest. Like more than once I was told by family that I should quit wrestling. And not because they were like afraid for my safety or whatever, but they flat out told me, just quit that shit because you'll never make a dime off it. And I was able to get myself over in an era where everybody is trying to get like viral or whatever. And I'm not hating on it. Like it's just what it is. Wrestling has always been about chasing clout. Social media just made a whole new avenue for it. But the way I got over was that I would just be me. And I think the best example of that would have been the promo that blew up in December. And I bring that up a lot, but like it is one of my favorite things I've ever done because nothing I said in there was work. Everything that I said in there was 100% what I was feeling at that time. And I still hold on to that anger and I still hold on to that bitterness, but like I'm channeling it. I'm trying to use it to turn shit into a positive. And I think it's paying off for me now. Like 2 years ago, nobody knew who the fuck I was. Nobody knew me except motherfuckers that like came to like BWF shows or whatever. Although one person recently just recognized me from my Gleason's days, which I didn't think anybody would remember that shit. I was hoping people forgot about that shit, for being honest. But no, like all these things that are coming up now, the past 2 years, where I've wrestled at Pro Wrestling Magic, where I've wrestled in Detroit, in St. Card as Rhino. I've been to Maine, I've been to Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Fucking, I'm going up and down the country. In 2 weeks, I have the biggest match of my career to date. And go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you, to talk more about that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that whole thing was like a shock to me because but I have been wanting this match for at least 4 years.
Dang.
Yeah. And if people don't know by now, Wrestlers Lab and IWW are holding a joint show, Scientific Tendencies, in New Kensington, Pennsylvania, on August 12th. And I'm going one-on-one with Mr. Grimm, Hitman for Hire. This is at least a week after he left marks on my boy Tyree Taylor's back from that dog collar match they had at CZW. I'm telling you this right now. You can try that shit with me. Just be ready to get that favor return, bro. I'm being real. Like, you want to lay shit in, we can lay shit in, bro.
Well, I am excited for that show. That looks like a great show. I feel like it'll probably end up on IWTV at some point. I don't know if it's live or not.
I mean, it should end up on IWTV. Don't quote me on the live thing.
Yeah, I honestly, I looked at it earlier and I just don't honestly remember if it was supposed to be live or if it was.
But it's gonna be a crazy show, like up and down the card. You got like You got Logan Black going up against Saul Esparza and R.I.P. Saul. I mean, I'll pour some liquor out after your match, bro. Don't worry, you'll be all right.
Yeah, 1,000% don't want to fight Logan Black ever.
I did it last year.
And
I
you're
mean,
still and you're still standing? Shoot, well, couldn't be me. I would just immediately cease to exist.
Up until now, like that was the biggest match of my career, and it was also so far it's my favorite match of my career.
Uh-huh.
And we fucking killed each other. Oh my! If y'all haven't watched that match yet, it's on IWTV. IWW presents Good Vibes and Dives. We're like second to last match on that show. You gonna see some shit, but I also promise you this: anything you see in that match won't amount to shit compared to what's you're gonna see on August 12th. If you can, get there live. Tickets are still on sale. Y'all can actually sponsor wrestlers if y'all want to. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, if y'all want to. No, go ahead.
Oh no, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
If y'all want, if certain people out there want to promote their brands or whatever, this is the way to do it. And you'll get to make sure that all of us have money to spend on gas and Wawa and alcohol.
The three most important
Wawa
things.
And I say Wawa because we don't fuck with sheets around here, right? Fuck sheets. There, I said it.
I have never been to a Wawa or a Sheets. So they just don't have them where I live. So
I mean, if you are ever in the Jersey, PA, if you are ever around the Northeast, please go to a Wawa. It's fucking great.
I wanted to go to a Wawa when I was in Philadelphia last year, and then I just didn't. I didn't get a chance to.
Fumbled the bag, bro.
I know it was not ideal. I really wish I would have gone, but it just means I have to go back sometime. So,
absolutely. Wawa is fire. Their burgers are great. Pretty much anything you can get over there is fucking great. Dan puts over their fucking coffee a lot.
Where I'm at, I usually prefer Casey's or Come and Go. Yeah, I live in Nebraska.
Come and Go sounds lewd.
It's not. It's a gas station.
I'm just saying, like, it does sound a little lewd. I'm sorry. Like,
it does. You should. So Come and Go has one of my favorite Twitter accounts ever. They're so funny.
I will check them out. Y'all can also follow me on Twitter, Shotgun Adams. I know it's early, but like you got to get this shit in. Like I'm trying. I am trying to get sponsorships from either a whiskey company or Slim Jim.
Huh.
I don't give a fuck which one happens first.
You could be like the next Macho Man,
but maybe without the rumors that plague him.
I mean, yeah. I just meant in regards to the Slim Jim.
I could do a decent Macho Man joke. Ooh yeah, the cream of the crop. Dig it. You got 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
That is a pretty good Macho Man.
I fucked up that whole line from the original Spider-Man. God damn it.
I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
I got you. So what has been the greatest obstacle that you've overcome in wrestling?
Where do I even begin?
I know that you've kind of touched on a couple different things. You had your injury, you had some family and friends that were kind of naysayers.
There was a lot. There was injuries. There was a lot of drama in training or out of training, or like drama in the indies. There was. I will say this: wrestling is the world's biggest middle school lunch table, with everything that that means. Uh, but I mean, between that and all the times I got hurt and the pandemic and always struggling with money and things like that, like there was so much. But I mean, I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm becoming bigger with every day, and I'm proud of myself for that. Besides that lab show, I also have tested strength on the 7th, training day 33. I also got Invictus Pro Wrestling Summer Wars on Fight, or Let Him Fight Summer Wars. I don't know. I've gotten like 6 concussions, bro. Like, I'm not gonna remember everything. What I can remember is that it's gonna be on the 28th at Richfield Park, New Jersey. Because you are not a wrestler from the Northeast if you haven't been to that fucking Knights of Columbus building at least once.
So, I believe you are wrestling at the 28th show. You're wrestling my friend V.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna fuck him up. I love you, V, but I'm fucking you up because you keep calling me fart gun on Twitter. So now I gotta smack the shit out of you. And you can tell Cruel in the Bed they can get the smoke too. I don't discriminate out this bitch.
That's really funny to me.
Nah, fuck him.
Former guest of the stack, me Daniel. So
yeah,
but
it now is gonna be like former live-in pro wrestler V Daniel.
ooh, watch out, V. So
I love the little shit, but I'm still smacking the shit out of him. I want to make that clear.
He does probably deserve it, if I'm being honest.
I mean, you see it too. I'm not saying nothing that nobody hasn't seen.
And like, I love V. I love you. You're wonderful. You're a nice, sweet boy. But no, yeah, he probably deserves it.
Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Val Pancakes of the Stack just said that V Daniel needs to get the shit beaten out of him by Shotgun Adams. Wish fucking granted.
Aw. So if you had an action figure of yourself, and it was one of the action figures that could say like words and phrases, what would you want it to say, and what accessories would it come with?
I'm trying to figure out a way that I could customize action figures so it's true to me, but kids would probably be safe buying it.
It can be for adult collectors. There are plenty of them.
All right, for adults, maybe a small bottle of Makers. But also just like my a New York snapback of some description. And if it had to say something, it would either be act like you know hoes or that ass.
Nice. So other than your gear and your phone, what do you not leave for a wrestling trip without?
Other than my gear and my phone?
Yeah, and like your wallet and like, normal stuff. Like, is there anything weird that you have to take with you?
I always try to take energy drinks and whiskey.
Nice. Do you mix them?
No.
I was gonna say, please don't mix those. I don't think that's good for you.
I'm sorry. I'm not a 19-year-old frat boy.
Bull and vodka. No.
Like, get the fuck out of here with your Jaeger bomb bullshit. No, stop ruining the whiskey. Nah, I do not mix energy drinks with alcohol at all. I do not recommend anybody does it, but it's like it's y'all lives. But I also bring my Switch with me as often as I can, especially if I'm riding there by bus or whatever. I would also, I mean, I just need, I need my headphones, bro, for real. Especially because I always like to like sit in the corner for like a few, like after I put on my gear, after I've warmed up or whatever. Like I like to put on my headphones in the back and just listen to music and just get in the zone and visualize how the shit's gonna go.
So would you call that your pre-match ritual?
I guess. I mean, I don't know any other way to put it.
What do you like, either on your drive or when you're chilling at the venue? Like, what do you like to listen to? Like, what are you usually listening to?
It's whatever I'm feeling that day. Uh, whether it's like Wu Tang, whether it's Biggie or Jay, or maybe I want to listen to Nas, or maybe I want to listen to like Pink Floyd or Linkin Park or fucking the Beatles. Like my taste in music kind of goes all over the place. Like who knows? Maybe I want to listen to fucking pop music. I don't care.
What would you say is the most surprising song on any of your playlists? Like the one that we would go, oh, you listen to that?
It depends on what y'all would consider surprising.
The thing that people would think you don't listen to. Like the thing that you would think that most people would think you don't listen to.
Hmm. That's a tough one. Because again, like people know that my music taste is all over the place. But I guess like if I had to pin down at least one thing, toxic. Don't front on that fucking song, all right? Don't front on it.
It's
Britney
a good
killed
song.
that shit.
It's a jam. I groove to
Yeah.
that. If someone uses that as their entrance music, I will be singing along and shaking my ass.
I have no idea how nobody's done it yet. Or if they have, I haven't heard of it.
I feel like I feel like somebody does or has. And I feel like I saw it on maybe one of the Pride and Vibe shows, or whatever they were before Pride and Vibe, Uncanny Attractions or whatever it was.
Speaking of which, I will never, ever, ever forgive Candy Lee for putting that song "I Taste Just Like Candy" in my head.
Are you
Could have
calling out
left that shit back in the 2000s.
Are you calling out Candy Lee?
Yeah, I am. You goddamn right. How dare you put this in my head, Candace? Not saying shit.
What was that?
I didn't say shit. I didn't say shit.
I mean, I'm definitely not going to tweet that at her or anything later. So you're just like making me want to clip things out and tweet them at people. You're just calling people out left and right.
No, I'm just here to bury people. Haven't you heard? Like that's all you do on social media is just bury motherfuckers.
I mean, you haven't really buried anybody yet. You've kind of been putting a lot of people over.
Everybody that I put over, fuck all of y'all. Hope none of y'all motherfuckers make it. Hope all of y'all go broke. None of y'all eat. I hope y'all motherfuckers step on Legos and shit.
On Legos? That's crossing the line.
I hate you. I hate you. I don't even know you. And I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.
So, moving right along, now that you're done burying everybody, please don't come for me. What is the wrestling word that you use most outside of wrestling?
Gimmick.
That's one I hear a lot.
It's like, yo, pass me this fucking gimmick. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. I use that a lot when we're tearing down the ring. Like, can we please grab these fucking gimmicks so I can go home and eat? It's fucking 11 o'clock at night.
So when you're either to and from a show or at a venue, like I'm a big snack person. Like, what are your go-to snacks?
Let's see. Beef jerky is definitely one because I got to keep my protein intake up. Like we'll stop at a gas station. I'll get like any meat byproducts because it's hard to eat on it. It is hard to eat clean on the road because all there is fucking McDonald's and Subway, and I better nail my tongue to a fucking table than eat Subway. $10 for like half the meat I would get off a fucking deli sandwich. Suck my dick.
I'm not the biggest Subway fan either. I'll eat it if I have to, but I would never choose to.
If it's the only thing available, I will eat it, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. But
what's your do you have a go-to sandwich from Subway?
Just a turkey sandwich of some description. But I always love turkey sandwiches. But for snacks, it's usually like beef jerky, energy drinks. If I stop at a Wawa, I'm just gonna just give the fuck up on my diet and get a little bit of everything. I can't help it. All this shit is so good. Like meatballs at a fucking glorified gas station supermarket should not taste that good.
So what I'm hearing is I need to go to a Wawa.
Yes.
The next
I
time.
can't stress that shit enough.
The next time I am on the East Coast, I will make a solid attempt at a Wawa.
Because Wawa is literally the only redeeming factor about New Jersey. That and the Blackbird Pub.
What about Ridgefield Park?
I know what I said.
Fair enough.
Nah.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. Go ahead.
What is your favorite move to take and what is your favorite move to give?
Let's see. I don't think I have a favorite move to take. I generally don't like to take anything, but nah, I mean like but my favorite move to give?
Yeah.
Is usually either my double A spine buster, my Samoan driver, or my fucking lifting double underhook DDT, which I call the peacemaker, the peacekeeper. Peacekeeper. You're not gonna fucking trap me like this, DC. All right, Warner. You're not gonna sue me. Y'all already making money. Leave my black ass alone. God damn it.
So, most wrestlers have been traveling a bunch or like worked a bunch of like really shitty indie shows. So they usually have at least one story that's either like a really good travel story where like something funny or exciting happened, or like usually it's like they almost die, or a like wrestling horror story where you get to the venue and you're like, what the fuck is this and how will this end up? So like, what is your like either travel story, horror story, both? And you can absolutely censor any names if you need to like protect people's identities on this.
Okay, so there was one show that I went to last year that was in the Midwest, and I had never driven to the Midwest before. No idea how long it would take. It was 11 hours. Uh, I, uh, I was in a car with some of the people that are closest to me, and by the time we got there, I wanted to kill every single one of them. Especially when we got to this one diner, right? And I hadn't eaten at all that day, so I'm thinking, all right, fuck it, I don't care about my diet. I just want a greasy ass double cheeseburger and fries. So that's what I ordered. And then the person like sitting across from me orders a cheeseburger and fries of their own. And so we got the food. It wasn't until I took a couple of bites that I realized, oh, this is a single cheeseburger. But by then I was just so exhausted. I'm just like, fuck it, maybe they just forgot the extra patty. And then it turns out the person sitting across from me was eating my double cheeseburger.
They didn't tell me.
I didn't realize it until I saw him eating it, and I'm just like, I wanted to drag that motherfucker across the table. Like I was just, you don't fuck with my food. There are a couple of things in my life that I am ready to fight over, and food is one of them.
Well, I assume that the person survived.
Uh, only because uh, only because I was talked out.
Well,
But
yeah,
and because honestly, I was just so fried after that trip.
the Midwest is expansive. There's a lot of room between cities and a lot of nothing.
Uh, no, I mean I saw that, but like it wasn't all bad. I got my hotel room paid for. That was a plus.
That's
Like
nice.
after the show, we all just got like fucking lit. I brought a bottle of Maker's 46 with me that night. With because I figured like it's a special occasion. Let me try to be a baller for once.
Did it work out for you?
I mean, I think we finished it that night, and
So
we also
yes.
had like a couple of cases of beer that we also pounded through, and White Claws for some reason. I don't really understand why we got them, but
It's
like,
okay if you like White Claws. I mean, a lot of people do.
no, I mean like it's not my first choice of anything, but I finished those two.
So, do you have any hidden talents?
Uh, hmm. I like to sing. Uh, let's see. I'm pretty good at writing, I think.
Hmm.
Uh, I am an extremely amateur guitar player.
Huh.
Music has always been like another passion of and I do want to pick it back up at some point. I just never have the time because I'm always on the road.
Yeah, you don't want to be like the guy with the guitar on the road.
No, I mean there was a time when I started playing where I kind of was that guy,
How'd
and
that work out for you?
I was apparently I was Elias before Elias was a thing.
You were pre-Elias?
That motherfucker stole my gimmick now. I want my royalties, Stanford.
Yeah, they're gonna promptly tell you to get fucked.
No, they can afford it. They got that Saudi Arabian money. Don't tell me they can't slide me a fucking check. Y'all have my contact info, motherfuckers.
So if you could go back in time, what would you tell a 10-year-old version of yourself?
Be way more consistent in the gym. Uh, don't ever let anybody try to influence you to do something. Always do it because you want to do it. Don't fall. Don't sink so easily to like peer pressure and shit like that. Not peer pressure, but just like pressure from other people, which I guess goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like don't let anybody pressure you doing shit you don't want to do. And always remember that as bad as every day sucked, I mean, you can still try again the next day.
Wise words.
I
So
don't
I
think
just
it was
have
that wise. I think it was a fucking platitude. Like,
I just have a few more questions and then we wrap it up. So
yeah.
what is the biggest animal that you could take in a fight with just your hands, no weapons? And you can pretend it's attacking you, so you don't have to attack a defenseless animal.
Like, what animal could I fight?
Yeah, that you could reasonably think you could probably win.
Probably a wolf or a coyote.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready for a bear. Like, I'm not Leo DiCaprio on the fucking Revenant. Actually, you know what? Nah, fuck it. I'll fight a bear. Fuck out of here.
Do you have a specific type of bear in mind? Like a brown bear or a grizzly bear or a polar bear or a panda bear?
I guess grizzlies. Why would anybody want to fight a panda? They're fucking adorable. Like, the same thing with polar bears.
It's true.
Yeah.
I like sun bears. They're really cute and little.
Nah, bears are cool. But yeah.
But if one was attacking you, you think you could take it?
I wouldn't go down like a bitch.
You'd at least put up a good fight.
I would try to.
Fair enough. So how do you take your pancakes?
Like literally, or is this like a euphemism?
No, it's not a euphemism. Gosh, I am
I didn't know.
wholesome. Why would you insinuate such things? No, no, no. Like, what do you like in them and on them? Like inclusions and toppings.
Let's
Get your
see.
mind out of the gutter.
I didn't.
Nobody's ever asked me that before.
That's. I mean, it's right there, but like, maple syrup.
Excuse me, sir.
Butter is an option. I do like bacon on the side and eggs, but on top of it, like I don't know. Like I fucks with cinnamon pancakes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, cinnamon pancakes with like maple syrup and butter. Like, yeah, I'm with it. I also did chocolate. What was it like? Chocolate protein pancakes. They were better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't think too much of that. But so if they were at all edible, that would be better.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good, especially with like almond butter.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd fuck with that.
I personally recommend that.
I will take that under advisement.
Yeah.
You fuck myself. I never.
What? You still on this? Why are you bringing up bullshit?
You would say such things about me, and I'm just a wholesome, sweet wrestling fan, podcast host, asking you about how you like your breakfast food.
I mean, none of us on Twitter are wholesome, right? Even the ones that say they're in wholesome. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
I
Especially
I
you, Trey. Fucking eating Popeye's biscuits with no drink. You fucking weirdo.
why would you do that?
I mean, that man lives dangerously. Nah, but I fucks with Trey. I fucks with Trey Shaw.
That's like, I don't know, it feels dry and scratchy.
Danger often is.
That sounds like a euphemism. Um, so I'm gonna take you on like a little journey. So just like bear with me, like put your mind right.
Okay.
Okay. So pretend that you are hungry for something sweet. You're like, fuck my diet. I want something sweet and delicious. And you're like in the store and you're going down the aisles and you go down the cookie aisle and you're like, hell yeah, I love cookies. Who doesn't love cookies? But you don't want like chocolate chip cookies or peanut butter cookies or like the like shortbread Lorna Doone cookies. No, no, no. You want America's favorite cookie, which is the Oreo. So you go to the section where all the Oreos are, and there's like all the different flavors, and you're like, fuck all that. You want like a regular like chocolate cookie, white cream center Oreo, but like you still have options. So you can go with like the thin Oreos or like the regular
I'm gonna stop
Oreos.
you right there. I want the most stuff.
Okay, so my other options are double stuff or mega stuff.
There's an option for most stuff.
Is that more than the mega stuffed?
Yes, it is.
You want the most amount of stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
I want all that cream filling in that Oreo, bro. Like Oreos are like one of God's gifts to Earth. Like if you don't fuck with Oreos, I'm sorry, bro. Like there's no saving you, and we not gonna save you.
So that's fair. The unofficial correct answer to the question is a double stuffed Oreo, but I can understand where you would want the most amount of stuff. It's the best part.
Because if I'm gonna eat Oreos, I'm gonna eat Oreos.
You're going to eat the most Oreo.
Big facts.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You need a good amount of a white cream center. I get it.
You're sure this is being literal right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Mind out of the gutter. This is just taking a turn.
You see me on Spaces, you know who I am. God damn it.
So moving right along after that, insinuating that me being not wholesome, which is just unseemly.
I didn't even insinuate that you were unwholesome. I was insinuating the questions you were asking were not wholesome.
By virtue of the fact that I'm asking the questions, then you would assume that I had an unwholesome thought behind them, which is just not the case.
It just seems like semantics at this point.
So moving right along. Usually when we were doing these live, we have a Bald Monkeys VIP, Vic, who always asks this question. So now I always ask this question, which is, who do you think has the best gear of all time?
Gear?
Mm-hmm.
Is it biased of me to say Eddie Guerrero? Because like I always wanted tights like this, but like
No, I mean, the question is an opinion question.
yeah. Now for me, it's either Eddie Guerrero or Bret Hart.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The Bret Hart, like pink and black kind of iconic color scheme.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get that. That's an answer you can go with. So now I'm at the point where you plug all of your upcoming shows. So tell everybody.
Which I did earlier, but we'll do it again.
We will do it again. Maybe they didn't hear earlier, or maybe they're just catching the end.
Again and again. Nah,
I want people to be able to find you.
Yeah, no, and y'all will. First things first, August 7th, you're gonna see me at Tested Strength presents Training Day 33. So be prepared to watch that on Facebook. Y'all can watch that on the Tested Strength official Facebook, or you can make it live if you're in the Connecticut area. It's in East Hartford, 87 Church Street. I'm gonna whip hard work Barnaby Combs' ass. That's what I'm doing. And coming up like about 5 days after that is August 12th, Scientific Tendencies, a co-production of the nerds at Wrestlers Lab and all of us fuck-ups here at IWW. And you're going to see me go one-on-one with Mr. Grimm, among other shit that's happened. Like, the nerds at Wrestlers Lab want to be all cute and call it like Hitman versus Mercenary. But really, this is just about me washing Grimm, taking his fucking territory, and making some money out this bitch. Oh, and I'm sponsored by Drama Guy CJM, which you can find on Twitter at Drama Guy CJM. Thank you for the bread. No, I don't have tag partners. Stop asking.
And
we will also, and coming up after that so far is August 28th. Invictus Pro Wrestling presents Let Them Fight Summer Wars, where I get to run the bingo. And by that, I mean I'm about to wash all of Run the Bingo. I don't even need partners for this one. Like I already said it, I'm coming to smack the shit out of V. And if Joe Cruel and Abeta Orniz want to get come through and get in the way, I mean they can catch the smoke too. Like these hands are ready to eat for everybody. Word to Big Game Leroy, although fuck him too.
So where can people find you on social media? Your Twitter, Instagram, if you have like a Facebook fan page, Twitch, OnlyFans, TikTok, your merch store, everything that you have.
You're not slick for sneaking that OnlyFans in there.
I just want people to be able to support you in all of the ways that they can. Some people have OnlyFans.
No, I mean, and I don't judge nobody for having that. Like, get your bread however you can, because people need money, and America sucks. But what I was gonna say was, y'all can actually find me on Twitter and Instagram at Shotgun Adams. It's all one word, spelled exactly the way I just said it. I do not have a Twitch channel yet. It's something that I do want to work on down the line. I don't have a Facebook fan page. I'm not against y'all adding me on Facebook, but please don't DM me so often. Like, I'm bad at DMs as it is, and then getting DM'd by people I don't know And don't get it twisted. I love my fans, but like some of y'all need to chill the fuck out. Y'all could also, if y'all want to give me y'all ducats personally, y'all could buy one of these sexy ass shirts over at shotgunadams.threadless.com. Although I am opening a different store momentarily, just be on the lookout for that. It'll be announced on my Twitter and my Instagram, which is going to be like my main forms of disseminating information amongst my fans. So once again, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if y'all just feel like sliding me like cash at me like $5 or $10 just because y'all fucks with me, like I'm not gonna say no to it. Don't ask me for feet pics though.
Wow. Turning down a stream of revenue. Interesting.
I don't know because like some of y'all be some of these people be bullshitting asking for like freebies or whatever, and I'm just like nah, bro, I don't know what you thought this was, but I need money, bro. Like all this pre-workout, this whiskey doesn't buy itself.
Fair enough. So find you mainly on Twitter and Instagram, and cash app you money for whiskey.
Or pre-workout, I can be healthy when I want to be. I would also recommend I would also again recommend if you wanted to buy merchandise, shotgunadams.threadless.com, because we don't just have shirts. We got tanks, we got hoodies, we got stickers. I'm working on making badges be a thing, or enamel pins, because I know people are into that now.
Nice.
I don't know. Maybe I always wanted to be Pokemon trainers, in which case I sympathize.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. This has been fun getting to talk with you and see your face, not like just on Spaces where I just have to hear you. Once again, I'm Val Pancakes. This has been Shotgun Adams. Be sure to check him out on all of his social media. Make sure to catch his match with Mr. Grimm with the IWW Wrestlers Lab collaboration on July's come and gone, August 12th. August 12th? August 12th. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you, Mr. Shotgun, for hanging out with me.
No doubt. Thank you for inviting me on.